How do you sum up a day in which you wait over an hour to get your 4-day pass to Comic-Con, get on a Spo.com call-in show on your very first try, and then end up seeing one of the best movies of the year which you originally panned for getting nominated in the Oscars? Pure luck, I guess. So the King's Speech stars Colin Firth as Prince Albert, aka the Duke of York, who has developed a speech impediment problem since his childhood, in which he cannot stop stammering whenever he tries to talk to someone. That's until his wife, played by Helena Bonham Carter, goes to speech therapist Lionel Logue, played by Geoffrey Rush, in order to help him lose his stammering problem. However, there's a lot going on in the royal family in which King George V, played by Michael Gambon, ends up dying, and his successor is Albert's brother, Edward VIII, played by Guy Pearce. However, he has a scandal of his own which develops, and then Albert has to take the throne as the king, and then give a speech to everyone in Britain after Germany's declaration of war. So that's when Lionel decides to kick into overdrive and help get rid of that speech impediment. So The King's Speech is a film that has been widely praised in nearly every aspect, from the acting to the directing to the screenplay to the production design to the costumes. I mean, everything about this movie has been praised. And if I recall back in my Oscar nominations rant video, I ended up panning this film a lot for all of its nominations because I love The Social Network so much and I really wanted it to win. But I gotta say, after saying this is the film that's given The Social Network a run for its money. Big time. The acting is some of the best I've seen in an ensemble by far in this film. Colin Firth, I mean, my God, this guy can act. He convinced me throughout that he had a stammer, and it just plays off so realistically, and he nails the mannerisms of the character. I mean, God, this guy is just such a great actor. I mean, truly underrated too, because he's really picking up the fame he deserves in this last decade because he was nominated for In a Single Man. And if you haven't seen his performance in that movie yet, you better watch that if you've seen this too. But Firth is perfectly teamed up with Aussie actor Geoffrey Rush. I mean, this guy was flat out brilliant as Lionel Logue. He's got a very swift form of charisma with everyone he's with on screen, and he really makes for a really entertaining character. I mean, any scene that it was just him and Colin Firth, it was picture perfect chemistry between those two. And I thought Helena Bonham Carter did a really good job with the amount of work she did, too, in which her character is very limited in this film, but yet again, she really makes the most out of her performance, too. And the supporting cast is very good, too, for their small roles. Like, I really liked Guy Pearce playing Prince Edward VIII. I really liked Michael Gambon playing King George V. I also thought Timothy Spall did a great job as Winston Churchill, too. The screenplay by David Seitler is amazing, and even though the story really reaches that predictability towards the end, it is still amazing for what it is. I think the dialogue is very well written, especially in the speech therapy scenes between Prince Albert and Lionel Logue. And that's really where you're going to get the money out of this film, because the speech therapy scenes are some of the best by far out of any scenes I've seen in a film so far this year. Well, technically last year, because this is a movie that released last year. But besides the acting and the screenplay being top-notch, Tom Hooper's direction is really quite striking too. This guy was originally a director on the miniseries John Adams with Paul Giamatti and Laura Linney, and that series won a ton of awards, if I recall. And Hooper really shows that he has a strong knack for period piece dramas, as he really nails the production look. The costumes are great in this film. I mean, everything is just done so well. You know, I can't really think of anything I thought that was wrong with The King's Speech. I mean, I didn't really buy into the hype at first, so I kept my expectations really low, but I'm kind of glad I did that, because if I didn't do that before, I wouldn't have loved this movie as much as I did already. I'm giving The King's Speech 4.5 out of 5 stars. It is definitely one of the best films I've seen that's from last year, because I still haven't done an official top 10 list, which will be coming up later this month, so you guys better be prepared for that, especially all my new subscribers. So I hope you really enjoyed my review of the King's Speech. I'll be around on Monday to review all the Super Bowl spots, because tomorrow I'll be at a Super Bowl party with a couple friends. I mean, come on, if you're not at a Super Bowl party, where are you going to be on Sunday? Seriously. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell me what you think of this in the comment box. I'm really looking for some constructive criticism on my reviews, of course, because these are going to continue. So in the meantime, I'll see you guys around. See you on Monday, and go Packers for the Super Bowl.